Hi, hi. I don't know if you can hear me. Let me see. How I am right now. Like, I don't know if you can hear me. Let me see. How I am right now. Like, I don't know if you can hear me. So I'm trying to tell us something about my story, my my skin story actually. Okay. So the truth of the matter is that I didn't start today to start talking about skincare or anything about our skin. But all I have to say is that it's not an easy journey because sometimes I feel like I think too many things is being restricted when it comes to skin maintenance and all that. Too many things are involved, most especially money. Because when you found out that you'll be needing this item, the next item, the other item, you'll be like, everything requires funds. And when you don't have the funds, you'll be restricted to getting things that you can afford and things you can maintain. Because when you start something, it's good to derive the benefits of that product for a longer time, right? So it's good to derive the benefits of that product for a longer time. So you shouldn't be, restricted to, getting different products when the latter finish. All right. So that's why, you know, I always tell people if you want to go into skincare journey, you have to, start correct and maintain it correctly because you shouldn't be using a product for 1 month when it is actually okay, when it's actually you know, when the benefit, before you derive the benefits, maybe we'll be talking about 3 months, you'll be talking about 2 months, something like that. And you end up not, affording, not getting, or maybe, something happened to your fund. You were like, okay, this month, I don't have money to spend for this kind of product or skincare products. Then maybe next month I'll continue. That will restrict your consistency and that will also restrict the benefits you're going to derive from that particular product. So now, okay, someone is asking me what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, everything skin, skin maintenance and everything. So now I'm going to relate it to my story. And that was, let's say, approximately 11 years ago when I don't have the phone. I don't have the phone to start skincare. It's not as if, and I don't know my left and right actually. So I was like, okay, you know, I was just dependent on my parents as always, and I have like 5 siblings, and my parents wouldn't be sparing hella amount just for my skin when we have 5 other children to feed. Like I'm trying to understand it now that I can actually get something for myself because because when I see people with skin problems, two things are involved. One, the financial status, and secondly, maybe they are not doing it right. Even if they have the money, maybe they're not doing it right. So two things are involved. So I will always advise people if you don't have the resources to start your skincare journey, what you have to do is maybe speak to people like me because I found out online that people are already competing in a way that is even scary. It's even scary, like people are now competing on the person that is using the most expensive products when they see that you're using maybe cheap products like different brand, I don't want to mention any brand, they feel like maybe this person have not arrived. Let me move to the next person. So they find pleasure in involving people who use expensive things they find it aesthetic, which I wouldn't advise my community to be looking out for that particular, stuff. So now I want to streamline what I'm telling us into, my story, my biggest mistake, my what am I going to? Excuse me. So I want to streamline it to my story, my biggest mistake, things I've learned over the years, and everything in between, right? So when I was much, much, much younger, because I'm in my 30s now, when I'm much, much younger, I realized that, you know, I was dependent on cheap articles, like, cheap things that give me fast results at that point in time because I don't have the financial capability to attend to my need at that point in time. So right now, that's number one mistake. Number two mistake is I listen to people who just want me to patronize them instead of making my own research on what I want, what my skin needs, what kind of skin type do I have, and following the right community. So I was in the mercy of people who are there to make money instead of people who really want to help me in my journey. So this is my second mistake. My third mistake is, my inconsistency. I wasn't patient enough. I was inconsistent with my routine, and I was not documenting my progress in a way. And again, I was not practicing, skin hygiene at that time. So I think this is one of my biggest mistake when I actually started my skincare journey. So again, I want to relate it to people who are trying to get their ground when it comes to skin issues. Some people they find it offensive. I'm so sorry. I think I have a call. So people get offended you know, when you feel when they get offended because when it comes to skin problem, it's something that is that will mess up the psychology, and not just even your emotion, you mess up your emotion as well. So when you find people with very clear skin, you'll be like, wow, why can't my skin be like this? Like, what happened? Why is my skin like this? It will work on your self confidence, it will work on your mentality, it will work on your psychology. You will start feeling somehow, you know, something like that. So why people find it offensive when you approach them about their skin, but I actually, I actually can relate because when I had a very chronic acne, I also do find it offensive when people from nowhere, I've not talked to you before, you just came straight away to tell me about my acne. You didn't even make effort to start a conversation with me, you know, or even appreciate one or two things in me. You just jump into telling me about my face. I will feel offended. I will feel offended. So now I if I see someone with skin problem, I first of all approach them. I'll just analyze the person's behavior. If it's someone that will feel offended, I'll let it skip, or I'll just introduce myself and tell them I'm a skin pharmacist. Anytime, this is my number. You can always chat me up, something like that. So we can be friends. So I'll start with friendship. So we have to develop that friendship to be able to, to allow them to gain trust, to gain your trust, and for you to penetrate, for you to allow your words to penetrate into them so that they can listen to you, and in turns they'll find help. All right. So one other thing, I am going to be, going live weekly, and I think I'm going to draft out things I'm supposed to be talking about every weekly on live. So if you have any question you want to tell me, please let me know. I'm going to, address every single question you want to tell me, or you feel like asking me. I will I'm always here to help you guys. So don't be stingy with your question. Let me know at the comment section so that I can always help us with our skin problems. So I actually found out that people who are being paid to promote a product are now giving us false review. So, and I cannot just subject myself to using all the products in the market. So I want to urge our skincare community people, please, if you are using a product, we also need your 100% positive, genuine review so that we can pick one or two for our patients or clients. Please, 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 please. So, what I will tell you now is I have videos in this channel that you can see. It's for your own benefit. Knowing your skin type, understanding your skin, trying to get to study what our skin is like. I have a lot of things on my channel, even though it is mixed up with some travel vlog and all that. So you can always check it out. You can always check it out, please. Okay. Right now I will be going offline, and see you guys next time. Okay. This is See you guys next time.